What up, everybody? Maybe a little loud, 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 loud. Hello, 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 hello. Cool. Back to this mic, the newer mic, after doing the wireless thing with Otis on Tuesday. So got to check those levels. Desktop audio's on in case anyone chats. Nice. Let's see. Cool, cool. I'm going to click one button that might make things disappear for a second. Bear with me. I want to see if I've got something going. Nope. So I decided with one of my older GoPros, the original idea was to double GoPro when I'm riding sometimes, but the Hero 9, my Hero 9 is well used, and Hero 9s are a little glitchy to begin with, and so I figured I should just have it as a permanent camera sitting here on the desk. So whenever I point stuff on the wall, I could point it that way, or when I have a bike sitting next to me, I could point it that way. So I'll get that figured out because it does look like it's on. It's just not connected right. But anyways, let's see. What's up, Dylan? What's up, Rick? Pudgy? Chris, good evening. Large Marge. Again, you can't scroll through YouTube chat. It'll just go down to the bottom if you move it at all. So Pudgy said he's just here for someone to tell him he's riding his bike wrong. Wrong night. Hey, what's up, Keith? Patrick's in here, just here for the beer. Did I relapse? No, I'm feeling good. I feel fine now. So my throat is still. I still have like that. You know, whenever you have a cold, you have those little bits of symptoms that hang around. I'll probably cough a couple times tonight, but yeah, I rode my bike 50 miles yesterday doing a job, so totally fine. Um, Exposure's hot. Is it too hot? Yeah, I did have it kind of bright, but I think I have it turned up from when we were looking at Otis's bike. I could hit that in a second. What's up, Muskrat? Exposing myself for pre 10 p.m. Does this mic have a cord? Yeah, it's got. The stand has good cable management for both size cables. They go right down and over the joints. So, Kyle Hoover, how's it going? Oh, Keith, yeah, the rain canceled your ride. I took Otis's bike here. I was going to just ride it. I want to try out the electronic shifting. I asked him if he wanted me just to ride it over to his house and drop it off. He's like, nah, borrow it for a week or so. Um, I got under one cloud and it just started pouring. So I started racing towards home. By the time I got back here, the rain had stopped. So then I did a couple more loops around the neighborhood and then the wind started blowing again. So I rode 5 miles around the neighborhood on it, just kind of making some loops. So, but yeah, now I think it is raining actually again, like more consistently, which I've been hoping for the garden. Now that I'm already inside. So, excuse me. Like I said, still a little bit of coughing, so all the talking today will probably definitely have me cough a bit. But hey, what's up, JMZ? Could still be pale from COVID. Oh, there's party size. Yeah, I got his new bandana on. Try and show the graphic a little bit here. But there we go. It's the one side of it. And really cool colors then here on this side. So yeah, hit up party size if you want to get one. So what's up, Jay Dandy? Sorry, no maps with Otis. He was answering every question really well, but you know, he gets going, so there's probably not really much chance to squeeze maps in there. Hey, what's up, Big Nate? Where are you watching from tonight? Stupid Ohio rain coming your way. It was coming when I watched the radar, though. Heck, you know, it usually does head your way, Rick, but it was going way south to north almost. Only had a slight like easterly pattern to the radar, which was really weird. It made it harder for me to guess when it was going to rain. So, oh yeah, collaboration with Dead City. I could probably flip it the other way too. Yeah. Yeah, Patrick, I was going to ask party size, and I meant to email you about this, but we've been talking about other things. What these bandanas are actually made out of, because they don't feel like cotton bandanas. They feel like when you feel like a old school silk bandana more than anything. So, and it's cool too how like the whites go all the way through. It's a really interesting bandana design. But yeah, definitely like a nice summery one. Usually my cotton ones I really like after they've been washed like 3 or 4 times and become soft cotton. But these are like soft and smooth, like right when you get them. So. Pudgy. Jay Dandy said Otis was awesome. So did Rick. Oh, cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed hearing from him. I think Dylan made a comment in the Discord about how you could tell he's opinionated, but still, you know, I can't remember what the phrase was, but yeah, he definitely has his opinions, but he's still gonna, you know, and he might try and steer you towards them, but he's still gonna build you whatever you want, you know. But and like you could tell from his experience, he's ridden and worked with everything that's out there. But yeah, he's definitely like when he was talking about Jan Hein and Compass tires before it was Rene Air, you know, he was always pushing us towards that and pushing us towards bikes that could have wider tires. You know, I didn't even know, like I've said on this, I didn't even know what a gravel bike was. I just knew that I had found stuff that was gravelly, and I was trying to get wider tires in my vintage bike frames. But Yeah, he was into that stuff before I even knew anything about it. So great thing about Otis too is a couple drinks and then he's he's not going to pull a lot of punches, like chatting about stuff, which is fun. So no Otis, Pudgy said no Otis map, so we weren't told where to ride, just how to ride. Yeah. Yeah, I remember parties. So on the bandana thing, Party Side said he spent months searching for a bandana to find a soft one because I showed him the ones I made, which are very different, a very new process, and these ones start softer than your typical bandana too, but they're completely different. They don't have that smooth feeling. Um, yeah, both completely different processes. These ones have some kind of baked in ink. It's a new thing, but yeah, I've never had one that feels like this. If Otis did YouTube, he might beat me in subs. Um, yes, but somebody would have to set this all up for him. That would not be his strong suit, doing all the tech stuff. So, and that's a lot of what Large does over at the shop as well. So, Rick said Otis makes you feel safe. Yeah, he was a Sunday school teacher back in the day too. You could probably get a little bit of that vibe, right? Oh, party sides. So I'm behind on the chat. I'm trying to catch up because I'm just rambling already. Muskrat said great looking bandana, and party size says they are 100% cotton, but a very specific cotton and water based ink, so you can't feel the print. Interesting. Pudgy, Otis was fine, you kid. I think Otis, Pudgy, you're just like Pudgy's having flashbacks of working for shop owners and is taking it out on Otis. Hey, Bill B. Oh, Bill B said he found the channel after so Cyclotherapy shared the video of my ride. Oh, I didn't even know they did that. That's cool. Yellow Springs to Bell Fountain. You live in Springfield, and we all pass through your town. Yeah. So Pudgy works on the weekends at Cyclotherapy, so he's the one who invited us out on that ride. So yeah, that's why we were stopping in Springfield and hanging out. And I've talked about this a couple times. I think Springfield is like the most underrated city in Ohio. That's bigger than I ever would have known it would be. We first did a version of Ohio to Erie a number of years ago where we went through Springfield, and I'm like, how did I know nothing about this city? We thought it was cool then when we just got brunch there on our ride, and then now going back to Mother Stewart's and having seen it a couple more times, I think it's just a cool city. You got a cool bike shop too, so I have to hold my hand on this so this chat doesn't get away from me. Oh, Key said, yeah, nice looking bandana, perfect preventing eating a lot of bugs on the towpath at night. Right now, if you're going down the towpath, you have to have something. Um, yeah, I'm wearing glasses, even clear ones, like I do in the winter right now, to keep the bugs out of my eyes, and then I'm pulling my bandana up over my mouth. Party. Rick said, party size breaks into bandanas personally. Hey, what's up, Grand Subject? How's it going? So I'm saying Otis is an idiot. I don't think I said that. Oh, great tech sound effect, beep boop. So I just went out and rode the. So that's what I was riding, the Gunner with the electronic shifting, and it's amazing. Like it hits the gears like perfectly in a second. Again, I understand. I just there's no world in which Shimano is just not a better company. I'm not going to get into this so early. I should wait till I have a couple of drinks. But um, you still have to shift one at a time. It's just I guess the reason I said I wasn't going to get into it, that like people who ride SRAM must like the electronic because at least you don't have to double press to shift a gear like with their mechanical stuff. Now you could press it once. But with Campy and Shimano, you could just shift so many gears so much faster. I, anyways, we'll get into this later. We need beep beep boop merch. Oh yeah, definitely feeling better, grand subject. Ah, what's up, Farley? I'll fix the exposure, Rick. Give me 1 second. It was a pudgy, so I was wondering if these are mountain bike shifters. You know what I mean? Not drifters. So Pudgy said if you hold it down, it'll shift more. I thought that was the case, and I remember my friend Kenny, who has the road style levers on his Space Horse, saying he could just hold it down and it goes across the gears. Is that a setting you need to go into the app to change? Because these ones do not. I tried it. The other really positive thing I'd say about it, though, so if that's a setting, and that's something I wanted to ask you guys before I totally criticized them and then already forgot. But the one thing I did want, I would say, like, and I didn't go overboard because it's not my bike or my group set, but I put a little pressure on the pedals just on the flat and shifted, and it shifted like smooth as can be. And I'll tell you, like, cabled Shimano is not going to do that. So, you definitely need to let off the pedals even on the flat before you shift, especially depending on which way you're going. So that was one of the things that was nice about it. And I wanted just to feel it a bit. Like I said, I'm going to put 400 watts through the pedals and do it and try it. But yeah, and I tried to, so I don't have obviously the SRAM app on my phone. If I'm going to borrow this for a week, I will put it on there. Also, on my Wahoo, when I was riding, granted, I went to add sensors hoping that my Wahoo head unit would find the SRAM, and I believe it should, right? But I just before I went online or live, I started to look it up, and just in a summary on the web page, it said to hold it near the rear derailleur. So maybe I was just when it was just mounted on my bike, it was too far away from the rear derailleur to sync, or maybe you can't be moving. I don't know, but I'd like to look into that too. So let me turn down the exposure before Rick freaks out. Is that good enough? Went to f3.5. You could see a little more of the background. Not so much tona. So Dylan says with the SRAM electronic shifting, you have to use the app. You can also set the number of gears. Oh, so if you hold it down, it'll shift 3 gears. Okay, I need to try that because I think that would make a big difference to how I felt about it. And again, I wasn't doing anything strenuous. I'm just thinking, like, if I have to press that every time I want to shift 1 gear, that would be annoying as all get out. I mean, I really don't like Shimano mechanical or SRAM mechanical shifting for that double press and only 1 press. It's just harder to shift more gears. I look human now. Yeah. I should. I did turn off the one light, but I do have I think anyways, I have the background too hot on this. I need to I have a couple lights over here, which I should just move so they're not shining as much on the background. So I shouldn't be darker than my background is, but these aren't produced videos, they're live streams, right? Same thing I was noticing with the mic. So you'll hear it when I do the new members video tonight. I did the voiceover with this mic, and I was talking about that before, how I'm trying to talk across the mic and not into it because this mic, it's supposed to have a built-in wind filter, but I noticed that I'm still getting a lot of what they call plusants, where the P's kind of blow up into the mic. It did come with this. It's just such a shame to have such a cool looking mic and then put this on it. So I think for the live streams, I'll just do it like this. But anytime I do a voiceover from now on, I'll make sure I throw this on there because it's really noticeable when you're watching a produced video, in my opinion. But Keith said he thought he was watching the movie Powder. I have, I've never seen that movie, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Halloween lighting. Well, I, I I did put up the Christmas lights over Christmas, didn't I? Should I change all the lighting by the season? I felt like you were at a Cure concert. Pasty old man with wiry hair complaining about stuff. You've been on a roll this week, Pudgy. You were really tearing me up on Tuesday as well, but Otis was rambling enough that I didn't have to react to it or have the time to. Speaking of the opposite of powder, I was looking at. There were a couple drinks on there. I saw Keith had Missing Falls, Midnight in India with Earl Grey tea. We were chatting about it in the Discord, and this is a really good. I always like the Midnight in India, anyways, which is a black IPA, and the Earl Grey tea just goes perfectly with it. This is what I had when we were there for bike party uh, last Friday. So, and Pudgy had Juice to Jupiter by Fatheads, which I'm surprised I haven't tried yet because they have almost all the Fatheads at the drive-thru across the street from me. So, but he said it's the Kmart version of Technicolor hat. Muskrat has a Tropic Coastal by Great Lakes. They did have this one across the street. I picked up. I've had this one a couple times now. It's Masthead from Cleveland as well. It's their Paradise IPA. It's IPA with grapefruit. Oh, I don't have autofocus on, so I can't show it to you close. But yeah, it's pretty good. They also have one that has grapefruit and jalapeno. I want to try like jalapeno. I want to try it, but I don't want a 4-pack of it in case it's too hot. So, and JMZ has a Snow Days hazy IPA aged on milk sugar and double dry hopped with Citra, uh, Mandarina, Bavaria, Mosaic, and Simcoe hops. Huh. I'd have to try that one. That sounds good. Why do some people feel like they need to call it milk sugar and some just call it lactose? Because it's the same thing. Yeah, Keys is really good, Pudgy. You would definitely like it. I could at least. Well, now I'm not going to see you this weekend. I was like, well, I could at least bring one for you, one of those for you this weekend if Bronco's not ready. But Pudgy canceled on us. Well, I get it, but just not going to see you this weekend. Rick took the Riv on another food shoot. Yeah, and your photos looked sweet. Let's see. Yeah, Rick's food shoot from earlier looked really good. Food looks really good too. Jalapeno, jalapeno. Oh yeah. Yeah, those look great, Rick. Food photography is a skill. I haven't messed with it much. I just have never had food photography clients. But even when me and Erin, when she would make a really good meal, it would take me a little while. That lighting, almost like that backlighting you need to do, and like shining it across the food is, uh, yeah, just a different skill that needs to be practiced to light food right. Light food wrong, and it looks awful. So, oh, Bill, you have a 2005 era Cannondale. Nice. Hell yeah. Hopefully Pudgy could help you out with that. That'd be sweet. Blake Annenberg, what's up? He said, see the Washington Post article about beers and bikes. No, I haven't. I'm a Time subscriber, so I don't read the post, but I wonder if anyone shared that anywhere. I haven't seen it shared in any of the groups I'm in or anything like that. All right, party size. We'll see you later. Be in touch. Thanks again for the bandanas, both colors. Oh, I don't have it. Is it in view? I have. Oh, it's behind the bike. It was in view when Otis was talking. I have the cool bags party size ships his stuff in hanging on the shelf over here, but I don't have the camera angle right for it tonight. So, Rick, with the food photo, you said you do so many. Each dish takes about 3 minute tops. That's how I am with some products that I shoot over and over now, where it's like I just have it in my head. It doesn't take me a long time. I actually wait a little while to email the client because I could do it so fast now. But again, you're getting paid for your experience, so it's not like the fact that you could do it in 3 minutes is because you're an expert. So it doesn't mean you should be paid less. But see if I could. I know the Post has a paywall, but I think they let you view a number of free articles, right? Yeah, it looks like I will be able to see it. I could drop. I don't think it lets anyone else drop a link, but there's a link to the Washington Post article, and it seems like yeah, I'll just leave this open so I don't lose it, but I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for that. This is pretty much, my life, so. I was actually going camping this weekend, and a brewery we wanted to stop at on the way is not open. So I found a new one that I've never heard of. So, and they are open. So hopefully we'll get a swing by and check out a new place on our way to the campsite called Eighth Day Brewing. Looks like it's kind of, I think it was near Manaway or Mantua or how did Lanky have me pronouncing it? If you get bored Saturday, oh, get the Neo Retros on the Chinelli. Yeah. Rick's cat's feeling better. Good. That's good to hear, Rick. It's always stressful when the pets are down. I there's a stray that's been hanging around here in my alley when I've been working on the garden. It's a real lover, and I could tell it's not fixed, but I haven't seen it the last couple days. I put some water out for it, so it's kind of waiting to see how much it hung around, if it needed to be fed or anything. But the man away candidate. I do like how the overlay chat, just like gives names for the emojis that I would never know what their name is. So the one Pudgy just dropped to the cat in the box is apparently called Shelter. shelter in. Hang on. Trying to move my standing mat to where I want it to be. Oh yeah, it was the one that Erin met on her cat that Erin met on her wine delivery. Um, it was back around the day after that too. Yeah, so when me and Erin couldn't see each other because of my COVID, she came over and dropped me off a mason jar of red wine, and so she was sitting on the ground in the alley, and I was sitting up on my steps, and a cat just came over. I was like, "Look, a cat!" And she like yelled and it ran away, but it came back, of course. And I had taken its picture a couple days before that before I was sick out there doing some portraits. So I guess it's been around for a couple weeks. Oh yeah, in the Discord we were doing sock recommendations. Everyone was recommending socks, and Pudgy was saying how he has to go wool, and I still have some, and I think Pudgy was saying this too, cotton socks that I just throw on. But I've been trying to replace because good socks are just so expensive, but they're worth it. Just slowly build up like more and more stuff. It's funny. I kind of put on the nice thin summer wool ones when I know I'm going for a long ride. I also really like, and I usually buy the EF colorway ones. Um, I really like Rafa socks, even the synthetic ones. Those ones I could wear multiple times like wool without them smelling, but that's just me. That's a nice socks emoji. Oh, it actually showed that one instead of just reading it off, so it must just be like phone emojis it can do, but it can't do YouTube emojis apparently. What else was I going to look at? Um, there was one thing I wanted to click right here. What was that? Oh yeah, I know I wanted to show these on the stream. Where are we? Oh, so when we were doing the stream once, we were talking about, I think, roadie setups or something. I can't remember. And I think maybe how I was trying to build, or when I was maybe putting the Technomic stem on my single speed, which is a Nitto stem that bumped my sweetback bars way higher to make my single speed a real comfortable bike. And I was said something about slamming stems, and Rick said slam beers, not stems. So if you didn't see it, had so I drew a rough logo of what I had in mind for that, and then Micah, genuine article, finished it off and made it look cool for me. So let me make that so it fits on screen. So yeah, I'd kind of like to do shirts like this. I really think this looks cool, and I love this quote. Rick, you obviously get a free one, uh, but yeah, I'll probably definitely print out some stickers at the library also with those smaller "This machine kills fascists." But I'll print out some of these too. But I would like to make a shirt, and then he also did a color version, which looks cool too. I think the color version would be cool for the shirt, and then the black and white would be cool for stickers. So, hey, what's up, Stoked on Spokes? How's it going? Yeah, darn tough. Anyways, I bought one pair or two. I have two pairs of the winter darn toughs, and they're amazing. I love them. I haven't tried any of their thinner summer stuff yet, but again, what I think the winter ones I have are $20 for one pair. So they're awesome, and they're going to last forever, and they're lifetime warranted. But I've never had any of the Smart Wool socks. I have Smart Wool leggings for winter riding, which I like a lot. But I don't think I have any branded Smart Wool socks. So typical Tim telling people how to ride and hydrate. Dylan said, "What if it was a profile view of a smashed can and then a tall quill stem next to it?" That's not a bad idea. I originally had a smashed beer can, um, but it didn't really look right. And then I sent one, and then Micah like put something a little more original on there. So you guys were saying traveling through said rides in smart wool socks, constantly battle with holes, and Pudgy was saying everything else they make is good. My thinner leggings do have some holes in them now, but I've worn them a lot, and it seems like Darn Tough is one of the few brands that I have that really holds, like that holds up. Like wool just wears out. Period. I'm sure Darn Tough is weaving something else in there with their wool socks, but when it comes to like pure wool shirts or wool tights, like part of the problem with wool is it wears out and it's not very easy to fix. But that's probably the biggest negative. Well, the price. It's pricey and it doesn't last as long as other things. I mean, what's up, Kevin? Kevin likes the sticker. The blue ones, Tim. What do we, are they still hanging tough? I'm not sure what you mean, Muskrat. Like I said on Tuesday, I keep rambling that I already forgot what I was just talking about. But TT, I still need to DM you um, about coming jumping on the live stream. So also was chatting today. Party size hooked me up with a couple guys who I think are going to be interesting to have on the stream. So that's going to be later in June, but need to get traveling through on here for sure. I mean, we've all been chatting with them now for what, 2 years at least. Oh, blue socks that match Rick's blue gloves. Yeah. Oh, the other thing Micah sent was the so I gave him free reign. I know you guys have come up with some fun ideas too, but to go along with the Tuna Boat song, um, where did I drop that in stream updates? Yep. So I was like, he was originally saying he was going to put some text on these logos, and then he thought just like the inside joke of the Tuna Boat of tuna was better. So he ended up doing knockoffs of Charlie Tuna. I really like this one. Plus, it looks like it's more like a cycling cap. Oh, yeah, I moved that for the last file. Let me make this a little bigger. This one's pretty good, too, because the tuna driving the boat. And then this guy as well. So I think the same thing. I might just, in the outline there that you're seeing is just for the die cut. So I think I might print these again, just do some vinyl stickers at the library, do a 3-pack, and then every member will get a 3-pack for free, and anyone else who wants them, I'll just sell them at cost and a stamp. So, it'll be like $1.50 maybe. But I think they'd be fun to have. Make them kind of small, so if you want to stick one on your bike or somewhere, you got them. But little hat club. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is hilarious. So Man, I look away from the chat for 1 second and so many blue comments. Stark is just going to sue somebody. Yeah. Well, I didn't get a cease and desist from Firestone when I turned it into Fitzwater, so yeah, well, I should just ask you now because that's a day I know I could do it. Any chance you could do this Tuesday traveling through? Good thing I having you on traveling through. I don't need to do any research or setup because I've been watching your videos for so long, and I think we will be able to chat. I was saying with the other guests, I didn't want to do it on Tuesday because I'm going to be gone camping all weekend, and I'm not going to have the time to get my questions together or anything. So. Pudgy on the Firestone comment. So I made the Firestone logo, um, and I accidentally still used an S instead of a Z, and I showed it to my dad, and he was like, "Why'd you use an S in Fitzwater?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I really needed to flip that around, didn't I?" So, oh, cool. Awesome. We'll do a traveling through stream on Tuesday. Everyone mark your calendars. Or as I always hear them say on GCN, which they must have a different meaning for the word diary because they're always like, make sure you put that day down in your diary. So that must be an expression that more means like how we say mark it on your calendar. Do you guys ever catch that, the British saying that? It always throws me for a second. I'm like, write that down in my diary. Because we use that as like, yeah, write that down in your little diary when something emotional happens, right? you know? In the mirror, it's spelled right, Dad. Well, one letter is right, Dad. But I put them on the print on demand website, the Fitzwater, with the backwards letter. And when he said that, I changed it right away. Of course, funny Brad somehow ordered in time to get the one with the backwards, well, the S instead of the Z, and he's so proud of it, and it is a true one-off, though no one else will ever have it. So, oh, Bill said, yeah, he works with so many Brits, so you hear that. Mark that day down in your diary. Whenever I'm watching like a preview of like the Giro d'Italia, which is on right now, they'll be talking about the big mountain stage, like Monte Zoncolan. They're like, make sure you mark that one down in your diary. Dylan said writing road racing dates should be private. Rick, I can't think of the Charlie Tuna jingle. I don't remember what it sounds like. As I always say, Jane Dandy, I watch GCN for the professional cycling coverage. I don't. Most of their stuff that's just like vintage bike versus modern superbike. I just don't care about anymore. And they have so much advertising on there now too. You'll see the thumbnail for their new vid, which sounds interesting. Then you see that ad in the corner, and you're like, oh, this isn't what I need to see. But they do. They have changed racing coverage for the better by far. It used to be like watching the Tour de France covered on NBC, and then I would watch like a bootleg British coverage before I could get it. I'd be like, man, NBC just blows them out of the water. Now, what GCN has done with racing coverage with Eurosport has been amazing. So, but if you don't care about professional racing, then yeah, it doesn't not going to do you any good. So, traveling through says he has zero furniture, so I have to put together some kind of setup. Yeah, you just need to set the laptop on a couple boxes, I guess, right? Sit crisscross applesauce, as the kids say in front of it. Night, Keith. He's putting Tuesday in the diary. Good idea. Yeah, we got to see the pirate cat too. Make sure the pirate cat's there. What time is it? 9:42. Huh. Yeah, when I would do so, traveling through said he'd figure something out. But when I would have to do Zoom calls when we were in the peak of the pandemic, uh, and sometimes some clients wanted to meet, I hadn't like right before I figured out the camera setup like I'm using now. I would use my laptop because it has the built-in camera, or maybe I was just in a hurry. But that's one thing I always hated how people like put their laptop on their desk and it's shining up on their face. So I'd always stack some like boxes on my desk to get that camera level or above me. And now at this point, when I'm watching something and like people are still like shooting themselves into a backlit window from below, I'm like, haven't we all learned enough to be able to like? I don't expect people to put lighting up like I have here and be shooting with a Canon 5D Mark IV, but you haven't figured out like people haven't figured out like anything to like maybe this would look a little bit better. It still blows my mind. Anyways, I'm a photographer. It's my job to notice that stuff. So JMZ says GCN needs a Roku app. They said they're working on it. They just put out the Apple app right before the Giro for Apple TV. So they say it's coming. But yeah, they were quick with the Fire TV, which was another big reason I signed up right away when they started and they had that really cheap offer. But yeah, the Fire TV app has been great and they've only improved it. I know I've seen Lanky complain about GCN Plus, but I don't know what he's using to watch it. But Fire TV, it's flawless. So I've never had a problem with it, unless their whole servers have gone down, where it's like a global problem, not a app-specific problem. Also, too, with GCN Plus is the documentaries on there are pretty good. So I haven't even watched them all, but the Legend series has been interesting, and then they've done some stuff with the endurance riding stuff. So, yeah, you get more than just the racing. I don't think it's worth paying for unless you're into the racing, though. Someone might have a different. Maybe the documentaries are enough. They put out one a week, I believe. So, but I don't think I would pay for it just for that. But it's better than their YouTube stuff now. That's for sure. Muskrat said, "You've written 3 notebook pages almost every morning since '94." But see, that's like what I consider a diary, right? It's not a calendar. Traveling through said the cat will be standing constantly on the computer. That's that Erin has that with her Zoom meetings. The cats are always like bouncing all around and jumping all over. So Pudgy said some of us didn't spend the last 2 years on Zoom. No, but you've watched people spend the last 2 years on Zoom at the least, right? You've watched even anything you flipped on, people are talking remote. I use Zoom as like the generic Google, like anything where someone's talking on a camera. Excuse me. Rocket Man's here. What's up, Rusty? Back from your ride. Did you guys stay dry up there in Cleveland tonight? Rick was saying, um, see Russ, so Pathless pedaled Russ on his Discord coffee chat. Terrible camera setup and lighting, and he's a photographer. Yeah, and he does live streams. I mean, Pathless Pedaled has been doing live streams forever. I'm surprised that I mean, I think part of it is people are like trying to be laid back, but at the same time, it's like people still have to look at you. So it's like you don't have to do a ton. Use your laptop camera, but if there's a window, the window should be shining at your face, not at your back. That's just like I remember my parents telling me that when I was like 8. Don't shoot into the sun. When we had film cameras. That's just common sense now at this point, isn't it? But, huh. Hey, what's up, William LeBron? How's it going? Rusty said he did get caught in the rain 30 seconds after you took your ride pick. Nice. Well, yeah. Pudgy, you're one of the rare people who only has a phone, though. So, but you could still Zoom on phones. Rusty's new bike is from 2030. Yeah. Well, if we're gonna talk about him, we should show his bike. Oh, we'll have to. I'll go back to Bill dropped his the Cannondale we were talking about earlier in here as well. Yeah, Rusty's new spaceship bike. I doubt this is what you're out riding tonight, but the Urban Arrow. That is pretty incredible, though. Do they make studded tires in those sizes? What are the sizes of tires on this? The front one's obviously small. Is the rear? Is that even a 26 in the rear? If it's 26, obviously they do because I have studded 45 North 26-inch tires. Did my chat go dead? Are you guys still here? Is this thing on? Oh yeah, you guys are here. 50-degree seat tube angle. God darn. The Bourbon Arrow. Wouldn't you and Rusty ride it together? Oh, you could traveling through. You could put a whole passel of cats in there. To use a word that someone used in a video I was doing once. Also trying to sound normal, but I had to Google it. I didn't know what passel meant. It means a whole bunch. Did we get into any other photos? Oh no, because we pulled that up because we were talking to we were talking about that. I was showing it to Otis. That's right. Oh well, that's definitely electronic. Yeah. 27.5 by 2.2 in the rear and 20 in the front. Yeah, I guess probably if you were able to put a studded, so you could get a studded tire in that size for the rear if you wanted to. This is Rick's from the food shoot earlier. Do they have the ceiling there painted like the sky? That threw me off for a second. Oh, nice. I didn't notice you had the industrial gravel on the seat tube there. Oh, put a ski on that front. Yeah. Problem with Ohio is, you never know what you're going to get. You put a ski on there and then it won't snow for all winter. Yeah, put a ski on there. I was going to see if I had any of the industrial gravel stickers here to try and hawk my merch at you guys. Hawk. I guess the word's hawk, right? Yeah, I guess you would want a studded tire in the front too to make sure that thing was actually steering where you wanted it to go. If you need a Z-fall, you are riding too far. Oh, Alex, I think, is it Wang? Posted put new levers on his bike, new levers and bar tape, he said. So I saw it before he had the levers and bar tape on here because we met at Bike Party last week. And I think we're going to see him at the Joy Machines camp out this week as well. So. He's interning in Akron for the summer, but he's from Pittsburgh. Yeah, this is an old, I think it's a Trek 750. If you need studs, you're riding too cold. I wonder if everyone gets this joke. I don't have the graphic unless someone wants to drop it in the Discord, but Rusty was saying about the e-cargo bike, the steering takes some getting used to. The learning curve isn't too tough though. Yeah, I can imagine, but almost anything I ride, no matter how different it feels, once you're out there, I mean that would be more extreme, but you know, when I get, like I always say, when I get back on my rally after riding my vintage road bikes, it feels like a turtle sometimes, like the handling, and I'm like, is something wrong? And then like 10 minutes into the ride, I've totally forgotten about it. So oh man. Learning curves are steep, not tight, pine cone. A turtle. I had a big turtle alert when I was out riding earlier. Almost hit one. Where was I? You guys just reminded me of something, and now I've totally turtle alert took my mind off it. Get a lizard tattoo with a pine cone head. Do you have tattoos, Dylan? I didn't think you did. I have no tattoos. Should my first one be a lizard with a pine cone head? Is price the only object that is keeping you from keeping you from a lizard with a pine cone head tattoo? Is that the only thing where, because that could, there's a lot of people here. Someone, if 5 of you super chat me $20, I'll pay for his tattoo. I'll give that money right over to the, Brian right here, that's hanging out with right before I got COVID. He will tattoo you that in 1 second. I'm 2 doors down from a great tattoo shop. He would probably give us a deal, probably half off. I don't know that, but he would definitely do it. Rick's got $50 on the lizard tattoo. I'm an honest man. Yeah. There is a fee though if we do it through Super Chat, so it's probably not a good way to do it because I think it's 70-30 with Google. I think they give me 70 of the Super Chats. Maybe we're better off doing this through Venmo and not through Super Chats. I mean, feel free to Super Chat me, just not for the tattoo. Now $20, we're just $20 is just a start. You know, got to get some money in the pot. But see, we're up to $70 already. I've got 20, so we're up to 90. I actually don't know the going rates for tattoos, but I could I could ask tomorrow. Literally, it's two doors down, and he lives in the building too. So skin graft Brad to Tim. What tattoo shop are you across the street from, Rusty? Not that I know all the tattoo shops, but Rick, I'll need tattoo verification before any remuneration. $90 will definitely get one comparable to Keith. Yeah. When so the tattoo shop that is two doors down, and like I said, Brian lives above me, is called Three Anchors. And they used to be in Highland Square, which is like, if you're not from Akron, is the bar, the hip bar area of town. And like everyone used to get hammered at the bar, and then you know how they say like a tattoo artist won't tattoo you if you've been drinking. But these guys, you know, these are all friends, so everyone would go over there and they would take turns like giving each other awful tattoos. Like they would be sanitizing everything and stuff like that, but they would let like just uh, friends tattoo each other. They also had a wheel in there, and it was like I can't remember the price, like $50. But you could get a $50 tattoo if you spun the wheel, but you had to get what came out on the wheel. It was amazing. Stuff like someone with no tattoos is blown away by, but a lot of my dumb friends didn't care about. So Brian is a truly tattooed, talented artist, but they would also do this goofy stuff. He's actually Obsolescence's brother. It's funny, I never think about that connection because I know them from two totally different worlds. You know, I know Obsolescence from the stream and Yeti rides and group rides, and I know Brian from the bars when we were younger and his tattoo shop. So Dylan said tattoos are about $100 to $200 an hour. Rick lives two doors down from a lizard. Oh, Pudgy, you're gonna do it like native style with a busted spoke and some ink. Rusty, you live across from a guy who works at Chronic. Got you. Have I ever counted a soft shell turtle? They hiss like a mother effer. I don't think I have. I've never been hissed at by a turtle, so. Huh, Rusty, I don't remember the David Cross piece, but I should look it up because I love David Cross. You want to tattoo the sidewalls on your tires? Would that work? I would just punch a bunch of holes in them. I mean, I guess skin is not that different. There's softshell turtles that run as fast as squirrels. Are you right? Are these like a man lantern? All right, let's do the break. Yeah, I'm gonna, grab a beer, take a leak. Watch out for the what do you call that when there's something hidden in a movie or a video game? What's that term? What's that term when there's something kind of hidden in a movie or a video game? Someone tell me, and then we'll do the break. What is that word? I'm going to stand here in silence till someone gets it. Oh yeah, didn't we do a game last? Didn't we do a game last week where I owe Dylan? Dylan got the right number and I owe him stickers for something last Thursday. Easter egg. Easter egg. Everyone's got it coming through now. Someone just said they were taking off. All right. See you later, traveling through. I'll still message you some details so you know what's up. But that'll be awesome. I'll try and plan on Tuesday. Just let me know if anything comes up. No pressure if it does. I know you're doing your thing. So, hey, what's up, Raymond? Lanky. 15 other people just got it right. What's up, Lanky? How's it going? Dylan guessed Idaho. We were doing a place. We were zoomed all the way in on the map, and we were zooming out, and Dylan was the first one to get the state right. That's right. Good memory, Pudgy. All right. Yeah, watch out for the Easter egg. I'd like to take a moment to thank the channel members. They're the ones who make it possible to invest this much time into YouTube and also to buy the gear that makes it possible to run this channel. So thanks to them. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a link to that down below. One more thing, if you feel like it, stop by the gear shop, which is also listed below. You could get some cool bandanas, stickers, shirts, swag, whatever. And now you can get back to your beloved Tuna Boat song. We will be back in one moment. Oh, like you said, there's a delay between your phone and TV. Yeah, I get that too when I watch other channels and I realize that happens when I have the chat on my phone and I'm watching on my Fire TV. Muskrat said the turtle had a really long tail. I don't know where this is going. Thanks for the support on the new videos, guys. I really appreciate it. All your positive feedback is what keeps me going. It just warms my heart. And if you guys would actually know the pain in the ass just putting that one name on the video and doing the new voiceover cost me today. You might go a little easier on me. Probably not, but just maybe. Um, I did. I did go to make the video, and I opened up the project, and I thought I had everything set up so that I wouldn't have any problems again. Then I realized I had mitigated stuff to my backup drives, and then none of the assets were there. It was just a hollow project. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. And so then I was about to be done, and I'm like, you know what? Micah just sent me these. I should do something funny, and then I have to listen to this. uh, you know what? I was always hoping Stream Elements would add a thing that would read the members' chats out loud, and after Pudgy's, I'm kind of glad it hasn't. Man, 16 months. That is impressive. I was actually watching Dustin Klein's live stream before he did his premiere today, and he had tried to set up all the kind of stuff that I have going on, and it wasn't quite working for him. And he kept thinking the same thing, that the member chats were going to be super chats as we call them. But the one funny thing is, not funny, I guess coincidental. He just happened to ask about. He was like, "I'm thinking about doing Twitch and stuff like that." Then I just wrote, I was like, I watch Twitch because Terry B Twitch streams a lot. And then 2 comments later, Terry B, like with a thanks, Tim. And I'm like, I watch Dustin Klein streams like I always forget because they're Thursday afternoons, maybe once every other month. And the one comment I write in it is about Terry B, and he happens to be in there watching because I don't think he's in there all the time either. So it was awesome. But Pud, you pitching softballs, but I'm being good tonight. Yeah, 131 live streams. Can you believe this? Yeah. I was actually watching, before I went for my bike ride tonight, Terry was live streaming, but he used a different camera and the audio didn't work. So it was a silent live stream. And I don't think I've ever had so much fun trolling someone. And I mean trolling, not in a super negative way, but just in a jokey way. Just because he couldn't respond. It just struck that sense in me where it's like, I just couldn't stop typing. But and I think I've talked about this on here, but if you don't do Twitch or anything, I think it'll be kind of interesting if you work a job or you do stuff in the morning where you're able to watch anything. Terry leaves on June 4th to ride across the country, and he's going to try and Twitch stream as much of it as he can. So I think it'll be cool to check in and see where he is and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna ignore all the insults about my members video that I try so hard for. What other bike picks do we have? Let's get this back to bicycles. Oh, this was Rusty before the stream because he wrote out riding might be back in time for the stream. So. Oh, let me get this back where it should be. Here we go. Dylan, if that song is in my head after the stream, I'm gonna have a hard time still being friends. Oh, here's Bill's Cannondale. I'm gonna read the quote before I pull it. Well, I'll pull it up big after I read it. New to me, 2005 Cannondale T800. Owner had just a few spacers. You'll see this when I zoom in if you can't see it now. Seller handed him a new saddle, Nittle seat post, full set of panniers, among other stuff. Nice. I think, did Bill already peace out? Did they put a second stem clamp in there as another set of spacers too? Nothing wrong with getting your bars up there, but that's crazy. Oh, it has that fork like Aaron's Cannondale does, or that, not fork, seat stays like Aaron's Cannondale. And I think Otis, the one he was talking about on Tuesday, has that as well. 10 p.m. golden shower. Everyone's crazy tonight. Rusty and Lanky have their own language. Rusty said coworker told him about some dude that goes by Sir Yacht that just rode across Ohio. Huh. Never heard of him. It's called scissoring. Oh, man. Yeah, Rick is just like, that is the exact. Oh, you can't see the stem. Thanks, Ben. Large. I guess I could move myself. Would make a lot more sense, huh? William said you tried to post a pic of your First Date Fargo sub 48. Discord said it had too many megapixels and you had to upgrade. Yeah, if I try to if I'm not thinking, I try to upload a full resolution image from, even if it's uncompressed from my phone, it'll tell me that, and then I have to do something to shrink it. But Discord, is a business like anything else, and as you could see, they added that little status bar. They try to get you. Something happens if someone boosts our server. So there's, I don't know what it is, if it's a one-time thing or a monthly thing. But I noticed when someone boosts Terry's, they become logos can move and stuff like that. So I think they just add little features, typical type stuff. They probably split it with me. I have no idea though. Need to get those bars flipped. Yeah, that would be the way to go. Flip those bars. Hey, what's up, Mechanic One? A train wreck? Oh, man. No, that's a rad bike, though. That'll be fun to make your own. Just a little better way to go about that stem situation for sure. Oh, Raymond posted a photo of his crust as well, which is always rad. Oh, Large said you were gifted an old blue mountain bike frame today. Oh. Which, I know what you're talking about, and I need to remember what. The one from Andy? What was that? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. But then again, I'm sure you guys all can totally believe I'm forgetting this. I'd have to scroll through too many messages to find that. It was a really cool bike, and I cannot think of what it is. Oh, yeah. A blue gunner that our buddy Annie had. Rockhound. Yeah, he put it up in our Wednesday night chat group asking if anyone was interested in. I'm like, good thing that's way too small for me because I don't need something like that. But it's cool. It's really cool. I'm glad you got that large. Uh, I know someone else was pushing to get it after you had already said you'd take it. So yeah, our buddy Andy and Ken, they're really cool. Like they're the ones I got the well, that was Ken, the cross frame from that I've pulled all those parts and put on other bikes like the Mayfac brakes and stuff. But they've always been like that. They're just like if they have something they're not riding, they'll give it away under the provision that it stays in the broader family. Like if you're not going to ride it anymore, you give it to someone who will ride it, and they're just really cool like that. Really generous dudes, you know. Oh, Rusty's drinking a Static Flow. I haven't seen this one yet. Hazy IPA from Jackie O's. Yeah, yeah, Pudgy. They gave uh, Brad the Pugsley. They actually gave the Pugsley to Large, who then, um, when he was done with it, gave it to Brad, which is exactly the intention. So, oh, you got that from Ken. That's right. Ken gave you the Pugsley, then you gave that to Funny Brad. Yeah. Yeah, you rode the Pugsley kind of as a winter bike for like what, a winter or two, and then gave it to him. Not as dirty as a Devil's Toboggan. Clean up this. Oh, one other thing that I thought was kind of interesting, and I was getting opinions on in the Discord is, um, oh, we were just talking about this. Okay, I'll talk about this real quick again, mechanic, before we move on. So the bandanas are from Party Size Cycling. Oh, wrong way, backwards. Party Size Cycling. We were just talking about how comfortable they're, like the smoothest cotton bandanas ever. Let me drop a link for you. He was in the chat earlier. Yeah, if you're interested, there you go. Two colors. Uh, I like them both. Got both of them. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So, but yeah, they're great. Like great summery bandanas. Collaboration with Dead City Cycles. So. You know what's funny? You said that, Rick. Is when I first started like wearing bandanas a lot when I worked at the farm. Like I would say handkerchief once in a while too, because I would always carry a second one for. We were always just out as we're outside, so I had one to wear around my neck when I needed to cover my mouth, and I carried one as more of a true handkerchief. So, but it's a babushka. Yeah, look at all of Party Size's stuff. He gets some cool stickers and logos and all of that. A hanky. Yeah. I think my grandparents always called them handkerchiefs. That's why I think where I got that phrase. Hipster hanky? Yeah, you hang it halfway out of your back pocket, right? So I was talking in the Discord, I was asking an opinion, and I saw there's some more posts in there about Pathless Pedal's, I think it's his latest video about these, are they called Arkel panniers that are open, but that you could put stuff in that stacks up real tall. Um, yeah, these guys. And for me, the reason I found them really compelling uh, is because, like, even the other day, I needed to go downtown to drop off a print that I donated to some charity auction. Well, you guys are interested in this, so I don't need to say some, for the Ohio and Erie Canalway, which supports the towpath below Cuyahoga County, so Summit County all the way south, the towpath trail. And so I donated a frame print. It was 16 by 20. And by the time I looked at how I could carry that on any of my bikes, I was just like, I'm just going to drive. And then I saw something like this. And so you could stick stuff way out of these straps. I don't know why they don't put, there's the great Pathless Pedal video about them. Oh, here we go. Yeah. They do have some photos of how you could, wait, don't mouse over that. So here's someone putting some kind of guitar in there or whatever. And with the straps that are included, so I was asking for some opinions on, like, is this the best way to go about this? This is 114 bucks, so to me, not bad. So here's a huge backpack in there. And they're made in Canada, so they're North American made. And some suggestions, and you guys had good suggestions, but again, like the simplicity of this. Like, I already have 3 bikes with rear racks on them, so this is something I could just hook on my bike, strap something on, and go. Um, like, I know Rick had some like DIY solutions. Um, Again, some of you guys talked about cargo bikes, but this is $114. I'm not, you know, I don't think I need to do stuff like this often enough to need a cargo bike, because I still need a car for all my photography gear. But I'm really intrigued. Dylan had a good suggestion of an alternative, and then I saw one right after I went live with kind of an introduction. So uh, that was the wrong word. Reading comments and everything, but no, Rick, it's not. It's 114 each. Um, that's why they would get pricey. So, but I think one would do me good because I already have, like, a bag that has fold down panniers, so that could be on the rack too, and this would just be on one side. So and again, Rusty, I'm not against, like, that's like you said, the porter rack you have was like $65. But again, I would have to be strapping everything on there myself, right? Or do you have uh, a rack that has integrated straps? The thing that's interesting about this to me is, like, I drop it on, these straps actually tighten, like, themselves, and there's nothing else. Like, I don't have to use anything else. Yeah, like you said, a few bucks for bungees. So I'm still standing there DIYing something before I'm getting ready to go and installing something. With something like this, I don't have to install anything. I'm just thinking this is a solution to a problem I have that is simpler than anything else. And so I guess I was just wondering if anyone had anything that was simpler. Like, installing a rack is fine, but I have racks on my bike. And so if I want to put something on the back, I could still bungee stuff to that. But I also look at the soft, like, this has a rigid bottom, but it's soft. So if I'm putting something like, and again, it's not about hauling prints. That's not what I do all the time. But this has the capability where something with glass could go in there because there's give. Whereas if I'm just hooking glass onto a normal rack, I'm running the risk of breaking stuff. But again, that's a very specialized thing. I'm not riding prints around town, frame prints around town all the time. But I'm just looking at the capabilities of something like this where I feel like it has a lot of options. But I'm still open to suggestions because I'm not in a huge rush. It's just I'm just real annoyed when I have to get in my car because I'm like, this is a like this where I had to drop this was just at the headquarters, which is 4 miles from here, 5 miles from here. So less than a 10-mile round trip when there's no need to get in my car on a nice day. So I'd still be interested in any other suggestions as well. But I've still felt like so far this looks like the easiest thing I've seen. So, and Rick said he likes to ride with backpacks. This would be great for that. Yeah, for sure. Pudgy said for 114 bucks I'll ride on the back and carry your stuff. I'm always surprised, like, so even in the video by Pathless Pedal, he said it's 114 bucks, so that might be an issue. I don't think that's, I mean, like, for what it's going to save me getting in my car, that's not an issue. And like tall bags of groceries, and that's what someone, I'll try and pull it up here. Someone just dropped that somewhere. It was under share of vid. Another one that Patrick did. Yeah. So he showed this, which said it was a similar product that he used as a grocery getter as well. So this looks like a pretty compelling one too, but Rick, just effing buy it. Yeah. But yeah, again, for something that's made in North America, $114 just doesn't seem like that kind of much money. I mean, Pudgy, you're riding a titanium bicycle, you know. So, hey, what's up, Andrew? Yeah, like you said, 2 to 3 tanks of gas and it pays for itself. And Riv Riders pay more for internal cable housing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, what is a Swift Zeitgeist, which I have too? Those are what $150 bags, but so far they've shown zero signs of wear. So I could get something for 30 bucks on Amazon that I would have bought 4 times over, or I could try and sew something myself, which my skills are still pretty rudimentary if you've seen the cap I made. And, you know. Jay Dandy says I convinced him it's no slap bag. Oh man. You guys talk about me being in the pocket of big whatever, but Jay Dandy is in the pocket of big slap bag. Yeah. Did you order Jay Dandy? Did you end up getting a slap bag? I mean, Grant Subject, you said you have a small folding chair cooler that you use to usually carry on your back rack so you can sit anywhere you want. Yeah, I've been talking about that, how I've been carrying my those camp chairs now that they make that are so small for backpacking and bike packing, and to me it's like it's become essential equipment, and I carry mine. And our one friend Kenny, when he's been busy moving and stuff, Missing Falls Kenny, he was carrying his during like the peak of the pandemic when we were only having beers in the woods and not even sitting on patios. He was bringing his all the time, and it made sense. We'd be sitting in the woods, and he got to sit in a chair, and you're like, oh, that's an excellent idea. So, Jay Dandy, you said you hadn't yet, but you might for Funk Bottoms. I think you need to get this slap bag in your hand so you could be testing this out. You don't want to go out there for funk bottom and you're slapping your bag and then all of a sudden it's just not performing the way you hoped it would. Oh, you jealous? So, oh, by the way, the free rider that Patrick shared is a $70 bag. So, Yeah, it looks about my usual grocery shopping. Bottle of white wine, uh, thing of what is that? Quinoa and a bunch of leafy greens. Oh, these are made in Colorado. That's kind of cool. Jay Danny, you already got the slapping bags down. You don't think you're going to need to practice with your slap bag? Should we pull this up for anyone who hasn't? Is it just called slap bag? I mean, can I just search that online? Wow, it's the first thing that comes up. So for anyone who's unaware, it uses like it's Doozer. Weren't you here, Dylan, when we went through this whole thing? We watched the whole video of Doozer pushing these. Uh, yeah, so it's like an X-Pack bag, but it uses like kind of like what those old slap bracelets were, so you could just kind of have a closure. Didn't Pathless Pedal show these? Yeah, he showed these as well. So. Oh, did the GIF stop? I said GIF as a joke. It's pronounced GIF, you idiots. The Kmart version is Smack Sack. Smack Sack would have been a better name. Pudgy, you're onto something there. And it said pending closure. So if you move quick enough, Pudgy, you could have your own Smack Sack. Mechanic, you would prefer a magnetic closure. You're not as much into slapping. You want a little more just tapping. A tap sack, not a slap sack, if you will. That's the dumbest thing since Max. The challenge is to get 12 of these and pack them all for an overnighter. JMZ's getting on board. He's into the slap sack or smacks splack. It would hold maps. It looks like it would hold maps better than anything else. That's what I don't like. I don't like the flatness. I don't like the. I'm not. The slap sack's just not doing it for me. My bag is flat. How do I make it work? You know, I thought you'd never ask. Tap that sack button. Rusty, are you coming camping this weekend? Because my bag is flat. How do I make it work? Wow, JMZ, you've been a member for 15 months. Shit. That's early on, too. Enough ball bag talk. Let's chat the Industrial Gravel Ride 2022. Yeah, the reason I kind of held off on talking about that is because how busy my spring got. I did no planning. And then Now we're into June, and I've already got a number of weekends booked up before we go on our big trip. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm almost thinking more of a late summer thing to make it work. It's not. It's definitely not going to happen in June for me. Um, One other thing I was thinking about is we were talking about like kind of making it so there was a place where people could camp when they came in town. So I was partially thinking of Swift Camp Out Day to make it work. That's what, the 25th of June, which is also fast approaching. Um, but yeah, Pudgy, I wouldn't say it ain't happening. I just think it's got to be delayed just because, well, one, like I said, my work schedule got nuts, which was great. I mean, that just means I made money. But on top of that, then COVID. So another thing where I didn't like take care of anything. So yeah, so I would almost think more late summer than fall because I think fall will kind of kick back up for us with nutmeg coming in October. Maybe even look at September. Then we'd probably, you never know in Ohio and JMZ. It's not like your weather's that different, but maybe September would be the way to go about it. And then we could plan it well too. If I try and throw it together for 3 weeks out, you know what I mean? That's probably stupid. So nutmeg is October 22nd this year. Uh, that's all they put up was what, an Instagram story, right, Pudgy, with the date and a little graphic. But oh, I thought it said 22nd. Am I wrong? Are you sure, Pudgy? Good one, Rusty. The other thing too is, as mentioned, and we talked about when we first started the industrial gravel ride, and then we kind of didn't really get to it last summer. I think as everyone got into their schedule, is other meetups like, and it just all optional if you could do it or not. Like I said, there is a night that I'm going to ride in Detroit, and I'll put that date in the meetup section. You know, try and hang out with William LeBron if it works for him. Uh, then I would like to get another Philly trip on the books and see Rick again and go for a ride and maybe get my buddy Eric to meet up again. So Rusty, that's what I'm asking you. Did you ever answer that question? Oh, you said maybe. Me and Aaron and Large Marge and Funny Brad are doing it, but we're not going to do the ride out with Joy Machines because Joy Machines is leaving at 9. Too early for us to get up there, and we don't want to drive. So we're going to ride to Punderson, but we're going to camp with everybody at Joy Machines and ride back to Cleveland with the Joy Machines gang. And then I think we want to go to Noble Beast Brewing. They're open on Memorial Day, and they have really good food. It's their anniversary party. We have gone, I think, ridden our bikes up and gone every year, the last few years is what I mean to say. So yeah, and then I think Alex, who's new in town, he's going to meet up there and ride too. Alex, who's new in Akron, who we met at Bike Party. So Pudgy was supposed to be there, but he got screwed, so he can't do it. Do you know, Pudgy, were any of the people we met from psychotherapy still? They were talking about perhaps coming up, Jody and them. JMZ said Philly. He'll have to practice his curse words. And then the other thing that too, I wouldn't mind. Let me see where the other date was. Give me a second. Oh, well, here's Nutmeg. So Yeah, I had it right. October 22nd for the 6th annual Nutmeg Nor'easter. So that's kind of a definite, and I know me and Aaron's book, and then I don't know about Large and Funny Brad. So, um, but I know Aaron 100% is she's counting this in her budget for her year. So for her, that's a definite yes. And then I was looking at you dropped all the dates for the. Oh, Dylan dropped a new one in there too, which I haven't. I don't think I'm free that date, but I'll have to look. Oh, you put that somewhere else, not in Meetup and Rides, Pudgy. All the other camp trips with psychotherapy, but oh, Rusty, you said even if you can't go, you'll meet us at Noble Beast. Cool. I'll keep you posted then on our Rusty. I'll text you if you don't go. I'll text you when we're leaving camp and have an idea of when we'd be back in Cleveland. So I can give you an idea a couple hours, well, probably 3 hours ahead of time, and then update you as we get closer too. So. Oh, you put the bike packing trips in the bike pack. That's a, you know, I see what you did there, but you could go either way on that. Meetups and rides, bike packing channel. I feel like that's more of a meetups and rides thread type post, but teach their own. It's open to interpretation. There's no hard and fast rules around here. So yeah, June 18th, 19th, which is yeah, that's probably I think that's the one I can't do. But I was looking at the July. Um, I actually don't have anything on the schedule for the 18th and the 19th, but it's just kind of the only weekend in June I don't have anything on. So we'll see. But yeah, I was looking at the July 16th and 17th, and I was kind of thinking about getting to John Bryan, but doing a different route that would include Dayton and maybe hooking up with some of those dudes we met who live in Dayton on the psychotherapy thing. So riding some of the Dayton trails and then maybe out over to Xenia and up to John Bryan. I don't want to commit to it yet, but that's kind of an idea with that one. If then I'll once we get something together, if I end up planning on that, put it out there to everyone. So then what goes in this bike packing channel? Slap bags. Yeah, slap bags. Well, I think we most don't we mostly talk about don't we mostly talk about gear in there? It's like all about gear and photos of bike packing, and apparently the benefits of the Asian squat. Yeah, fishing equipment. This isn't rocket science. Jay Dandy, yeah. Slap bags are a cross-platform content. This even funnier because I got kicked out of that. But well, I didn't get kicked out of that bar. I got chased out of that bar by a guy with a gun, Patty's Pub. So I'm sure I told that story on here, but our Philly trip. So like I said, Pudgy, these categories are open to interpretation, you know. Let me see if I could get the GoPro going. Well, it's a little later, and I can't imagine there's many people still watching this, right? Hello. Yeah, my voice is still there. Let me try it out. Let me see if I could add it. I know you can't see me. I'm just trying. Ah, no dice. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. We're in good shape now. Nice. So this is what I was saying, to have a camera sitting here so I could point around. So I'm telling you, anytime I look at the wall where I'm pointing to a bike like you saw me and Otis doing it the other day, this is what I'm looking out at. There's my cap collection. There's the camera. Oh, you like that fan, Rick? I bought that at an estate sale for $25, and it is the strongest fan you ever use. I used it when I would ride with my trainer down here, but I bought that years ago. I love that color. That was very 1940s. But yeah, then got Otis's bike still on the stand over here. Cool. Good to know that I got this working again. Um, I can't create a new scene while I'm on air, but I'll get this all set up for um, the future. Well, I'll be using this camera when I talk to uh, traveling through on Tuesday because I can't do two things at once with the Canon. So since our OBS, which I stream through, is using the Canon, Discord can't use the Canon. But yeah, this is what it kind of. I know you guys have seen a little bit before, but what it looks like a lot more clear down here. Oh yeah, that fan you guys are talking about. Show a close up because I got some leeway with this. So this is the idea too that we're talking about with Rick, is putting this on the chesty that Pudgy gave me when I work on bikes, so you guys could actually see what I'm talking about. So it'll be so much closer to what my hands are doing. So, but yeah, let me show you what that fan looks like from the front, and then I'll get back to the chat. Oh, my 5D froze when I did that? Why? Gonna come back? Gonna give me some action? No? That's crazy. Really? Now I have to use this? Let's see if we can get the 5D to work. Nope, frozen. I think it's too dark in here, Rick, for the stave to work well. Because this is a GoPro 9, so it has really good stabilization. It's pretty bright. Maybe maybe in webcam mode there is no stabilization. It looks like a little delay when you go up and down, though. I think it's still too bright for it. Some retro photo lights would complement that fan well, for sure. Oh, Grant Subject said, "Can I ask? Is that your BMX white bike?" I'm holding this up with the shaky footage because I can't get the 5D to work. You out, Dylan? Good night, Dylan. Damn it. That sucks. Let me see if I could set this somewhere so I don't have to hold it because my hand is already getting tired even though it's just a little GoPro. Ah, there we go. We're going to do the stream like that now. So you can tell there's a little more delay, but it is what it is. That white, it's a Tony Hawk. It weighs 1,000 pounds. And I sold a Schwinn to a friend for his son so they could have a bike that they could ride. he could ride. The Tony Hawk had some minor problems, and they were like, this bike's broken and it needs a bunch of work. And so when I was selling them the other bike, they were just like, "Do you want his old bike?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever it is, I'll take it, and I'll see if I could do anything with it or give it away." So that's what that BMX is. I've never been a BMX rider. I don't ride BMX or anything. So it seems like Tony Hawk sold his name to a company that's pretty cheap. Pudgy would probably know more about it than I would. I would guess, but I think I asked somebody about it. But let me see if maybe I'll turn this camera off then back on. I don't know why my good camera is not working. Oh yeah, now you can see the. Those are my childhood. Those are my dad's. So we had those growing up. Those are the jarts we played with growing up. I grabbed them from there. We were. I think I talked about this, but when I was in the Finger Lakes with Columbus Brad, Flavortown Brad, we brought jarts, and it started to get dark. We're at a you know at an Airbnb, this house overlooking Seneca Lake, beautiful spot. And as it started to get dark, we took like they had like it was a wedding. We took the glow bracelets and necklaces and wrapped them around the jarts and wrapped them around the ring that you're supposed to throw them through so you could still see it. And we're like, then we started thinking like this is exactly the reason stuff like this is banned. Now we're throwing metal lawn darts through the air in the dark, So yeah, I think because I grew up skateboarding, grand subject, I never really looked into BMX. We used to ride our bikes to our skateboard spots, so it was basically darts, Jewish darts. Yeah, why is it a J? Because it's lawn darts. No, it's jet dart. I think it's because of jet, Rick. It's like 1950s. Yeah, I'm trying to read the tagline up there. I can't remember what it is, but I think it's because it's a 1950s thing, so it's like jet darts. See if my 5D is running now. Nope, still frozen. Just a just a $3,000 camera that doesn't work right. Yeah, ban lawn darts, but assault rifles. Psh. Jordan until you short. Let's see what the tagline is. Let me keep. Can I get up there? So it says an outdoor game for the family, but it's called a missile game. So definitely very 1950s. Oh wait, I don't have it on the screen here. The most exciting outdoor game today. Yeah. Is there anyone young here who doesn't know about these things? Because they're not illegal to own, but they made them illegal to sell. So basically, you're throwing these guys into a ring that however many feet away you had to place them. It's basically horseshoes, but you'd play it in a lawn. Yeah, so you have your rings that you put on either side, and then there's red darts and blue darts that you throw through them. Yeah, or I guess the analogy now wouldn't be horseshoes. I named a game that's even older. It would be what's that thing with the board and the beanbags that everybody plays now, which is the safe version of lawn darts. So just Google it. I have them right here. I don't need to Google it. I'll tell you what, you photographers, the GoPro has more vivid colors. Yeah, I mean, definitely more saturated. It's tuned, GoPro's tuned for the outdoors. I have no with my Canon, I'm not putting anything on it. It's just shooting like raw through there. You guys like that look? Oh, I like the shallow depth look by far. And then I can't stand the graininess of this, the over sharpening of it's doing all that processing. Rusty, yes. But I've been that way for a long time, to answer your question. Cornhole. Cornhole's the word I was thinking of, Andrew. And Rusty, you're right. I wrote that earlier. I'm like, I just can't spend much mental effort on gun control or gun violence anymore because this country's going to do nothing about it. It's completely in the pocket of the NRA and big corporations, and no one cares. And I don't have the mental bandwidth to worry about it because we're not going to do anything about it. You know, 19 people die in a school shooting, and our governor signs a law that makes it so you don't need any training to buy a gun now, and you can concealed carry no matter who you are. I mean, it's just insane. So. Yeah, and I've said that too, like about the environment thing, like nothing I could do with my personal life is going to change, like is going to have an effect that has any of like compared to like one coal fire like power plant running. But I do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I recycle because it's the right thing to do. I try and limit my driving and stuff like that because it's the right thing to do, not because I'm going to change or save the world. That ship has sailed. And I don't have children, so the rest of you who do, good luck to them. But send a text here. Yeah, it's frustrating. Real frustrating. Still frozen. I like this face better. Just going to leave this guy up there. It's like an old, what is this, like an old TV, like a radio show or something. I wonder, unplugging it and plugging it back in has always worked. I'm surprised it's not working now. I'm going to shut it down for a minute. And I think a big thing to do when you get frustrated with everything is focus on local. I mean, there is stuff that we can affect locally. Nationally, you're just not. I mean, you could go to marches, you could write your congressman, whatever. When it comes to local issues, like you're talking about, bike lanes, like stuff that, like in Akron, they're not recycling glass anymore because like the recycling company they use doesn't want to deal with it. Like those are the kind of things that I think are now at this point, like that's the stuff that's worth trying to focus your effort on and trying to ignore a lot of the national politics. I mean, turn out and vote, but I mean, yeah, you're not going to affect change that way. You can affect change locally. You have a voice in Cuyahoga Council. You have a voice in uh, uh, county council, city council, you know, that kind of thing. So smack 'em and yak 'em. Yeah, the 5D looks way classier. I mean, let's see if it'll come back on. Nope. There we are. Now we're back to the class. Yeah, I mean, so the Canon could be set up to have the colors that look like this. Um, but the GoPro can't be set up to have the depth of field that looks like the other one. So, yeah, I'm sure I just have it on a flat profile because I do all the coloring and stuff myself. Yeah. Yeah, Rusty said feels like being politically and economically active uh, allows us to change things both locally and on a larger scale. Yeah, I mean maybe the larger scale thing. I've had a hard time with for a long time, and I've just decided I used to follow like the politics, like horse race day to day. Like I said, me and my buddy, we had a political blog that we ran, and we were all involved in that. And now I'm much happier just to know in general what's going on nationally, and focus my efforts on Akron and Cuyahoga Falls, and be aware of what's going on in Summit County and Cleveland. I just feel like I could. There's way more there, and it's way more mentally healthy for me. You know. Stoked on Spokes has some nice looks in his latest videos. Yeah, I was trying to. I could see like. I think Stoked on Spokes is doing a GoPro and he's carrying something nicer, and I was wondering if it was like a Canon M50 or something like that. I haven't figured out what his nicer camera is, but all right, I'm going to sign off for the night. We're already at 11 o'clock, and I still have to do my French Duolingo for the night. Got a 131-day streak in French, and I just, as much as I love you guys, I can't give that up. So, yeah, one more so you guys can see. So, yeah, that's a GoPro. That's a 5D. But also, we're looking through. You guys are looking through a stream, which is already degrading the signal. Um, you know, further. But oh, a Sony Rick, that would make sense because Sonys are pretty small. That Stoked on Spokes has. Yeah. Andrew H., you live in D.C. with no congressman or senator, so no national representation. Yeah. Which is bullshit. But the Republicans will never let us change that because obviously the congressman or woman from D.C. would be a Democrat. But so they don't care. So they don't care that you don't have representation because it would mean that they would be -1 because they don't care about anything. So, anyways, I feel like we had a let down after all this slapping. That's the arc of drinking, Jay Dandy. It's kind of cheery and then you kind of go downhill. Oh, no problem, Graham Subject. I think that's a good thing. I'll have that hooked up from now on so we could do that, so I could show what else is going on around here and maybe have some stuff set up that we could show on screen. But anyways, yeah. Let's wind this down. So traveling through on Tuesday, I'm excited for that. I think it'll be fun to chat with him. Obviously, it's always fun to text and comment on his YouTube videos, but to actually be able to have a put a voice in everything and to the conversation. So, all right, I will. My goal is to record something to put out on Monday, since I'll be gone on Monday. Hopefully that happens. If not, we will be we'll be live on Tuesday. So, all right, guys.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.